Welcome back to the Lab Trainers to another team building episode for the PBA. My name is Professor Sacrum and this is our week 2 team building match. This time we are up against the Miami Heatran. And as we can see, they have Mega Medicham, Shiny Scizor, Volcarona, Shiny Infernape, Shiny Espeon, Shiny Chandelure, Shiny Gastrodon, Shiny Togetic, Dugtrio, Ditto, Golem, and Kabutops, all respectively shiny. So this week I was trying to find, again, one of those teams that would... I tried making a team that would be able to pick off every single Mon that was here. I found that to be a decent strategy last time, although it happened to be an hour-long battle that I was not expecting. And I failed on my part a little bit. But I think this time around, we'll have a little bit of an easier time. That was my first time back into competitive battling after a while. So as you can see, I did pick Keldeos, Spiritomb, Electrode, Diggersby, Uniclus, and Gligar. There's quite a big difference in this team build-up compared to last time. I'm a lot speedier now than I was before, but I still have some bulk. I have quite a bit of bulk. I have 3 members that are bulky, 3 that are more offensive, and 3 that are really, those are fast. So starting off with Keldeo, I decided to go with basic Choice Scarf Keldeo. I figured this would probably help me outspeed everything on his team, especially an Infernape that might be potentially Choice Scarfed. Because Keldeo can take out basically a lot of things that it wants that's out here. We have the Dugtrio it could potentially take out. We have the Golem. We have the Kabutops if I really tried. The Chandelure. The Infernape. The Volcarona is a little bit hit or miss, but I can potentially do it. So there's like a couple Pokemon right there that I could potentially take out. Keldeo is probably going to be my late game sweeper depending on who gets knocked out. I definitely want to try and preserve Keldeo, I think. That's probably going to be one of my best bets, at least with this. Next up we actually have Spiritomb, who I decided to use just because of type advantage. I saw that there was no real fairy type except for Togetic, but there were a lot of ground types with Golem and Dugtrio. Kabutops can potentially get Earthquake. Gastrodon gets Earthquake. And there's all the fire types too with Chandelure, Infernape, and Volcarona. So Doublade was not coming in at all in this match, so I decided to go with Spiritomb, just because Spiritomb is Dark Ghost, which means that I completely check Medicham with Stab. The only thing it could potentially hit me with is Ice Punch if he carries it. If he's Fake Out, Swords Dance, Bullet Punch. If he's Fake Out, Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, and High Jump Kick, then he can't really touch me except for Bullet Punch. But even then, I have Will-O-Wisp to knock him down and Foul Play and whatnot. I have a lot of stuff that I can do to it. Infernape kind of can deal a lot to me just because, but I also give rid of the Fighting Stab with my Ghost typing, so I'm not really weak there. I'm more worried about any sort of mixed apes coming through or any Flare Blitzes that might come through. Chandelure can't touch me. I get rid of it with Dark Pulse essentially. Togetic, I might have some struggles with. Dugtrio. Everything else is basically kind of like not great for me. Even like Scizor is pretty bad for me. I mean, I could probably take a hit or two, but then I'd have to actually use Foul Play. So trying to keep Spiritomb at full health too is going to be very tricky. Next up we got, I also am running a Calm Mind variant, sorry. We got 252 in the HP, 252 in special defense, and 4 special attack with a Calm Nature, trying to get its special bulk up for the special attackers, such as Volcarona, which is who I'm really kind of aiming for with this. The Chandelure, the Espeon, I completely checked that Espeon. The Chandelure, the Gastrodon, I could potentially hold out on. The Togetic, if it is special, then I can hold out on that. The Ditto, I can especially hold out on. And then now we can actually, because I have a Leftovers variant with Pressure. Actually, I don't believe I have Infiltrator on mine, just because I don't have access to it right now. I might try to get it before the match, but we'll see what happens. Next up, we have Electrode, one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. At level 100, reaching a speed with a plus speed nature and max EVs and max IVs, reaching 416 speed. He's like a pretty fast Pokemon, an electric type nonetheless. Now I did grab Electrode just because I saw potential for me to set up Rain with Infernape, Chandelure, Volcarona all being there. But there is also potential that he has Kabutops, which could be very bad for me too. So I want to be careful. If he does bring Kabutops, I want to make sure that thing is gone before I set up any type of Rain. Now this Electrode, I decided to run a Damp Rock with not the Aftermath ability. I have Static on mine. With Volt Switch, Rain Dance, Hidden Power Grass, and Thunder. And the EVs being 252 in Special Attack, 4 Special Defense, and 252 in Speed with the Timid nature. Just because I thought this would help out a lot. If I am stuck in with Golem, I can potentially fight it. I can also fight Gastrodon one-on-one with Electrode. I can fight... I can really hinder Infernape, kind of, and Volcarona with Electrode. I can kind of do stuff to everything else. The only other Pokemon I kind of would be worried about is like Ditto. Espeon maybe. We'll kind of see how that plans out because I'm not really sure. I know I will not be able to take a Mega Medicham hit at all, so I got to be careful with that too. So I have a couple threats I need to keep an eye out for. So I know my switch-ins and stuff like that. That's kind of a positive on my side. Next member coming back from last week, we got Diggersby. This time we actually have a speedy variant with a Choice Scarf, running the ability Huge Power with the same moveset as before: Fire Punch, Earthquake, Return, and Quick Attack. I decided to hold on to Fire Punch because no one's going to see it coming on Diggersby, especially if that Scizor, if I'm caught with the Scizor out here and it comes in, I outspeed Scizor guaranteed, even if this now is a Choice Scarf Scizor, and can hit it with a Fire Punch and 2-hit KO it. Actually, no, sorry, OHKO it. And no matter if it's bulky or not, I think there's a small chance for me to, like, not get the OHKO if it's a bulky variant. But this is regular Scizor, so I'm not too worried about that. I also have Earthquakes. I'm Choice Scarf. I should be able to outspeed it. Granted, it is not Choice Scarf itself. Medichams, I should be able to smack pretty heavily with Return. Chandelure, I can't really touch just because, but I have Earthquake, so that does a lot too, because I don't believe Chandelure has Levitate. I have to look at that again. I have to double check, but I believe it might. If it does, then I kind of can't keep Diggersby in here at all during Chandelure. Gastrodon, I can probably hit decently, but I'm not really gonna, it's not worth to stay in just because of Surfs or Scalds or anything like that of that nature. I don't want hitting Diggersby for anything. Togetic, I could smack around like it was a little ragdoll with returns, possibly. Dugtrio is a little bit tricky just because Earthquake is neutral. If it is Focus Sash, this is the one thing I didn't mention. If Dugtrio for some reason is Focus Sash, which more than likely it will be, I have to play very carefully with my moves on this, just because Dugtrio is very tricky in that sense. And if it's Arena Trap, then I'm essentially stuck. So there's that too. Ditto I can destroy probably, because Ditto I don't believe copies my stats. I don't remember how Imposter Ditto works. Golem I could probably smack around a bit. If it's sturdy, I probably can't. And Kabutops, that Aqua Jet is something I'm going to fear a lot, so I got to be careful with that, potentially. And then I'm running a Jolly Nature with max speed, max attack, and special defense. Same moveset as before. And now we are going on to our next Pokemon of Reuniclus, coming back again. So that's 2 in a row that we're bringing back, just because I'm very limited on team members I could potentially use. Now I did decide to vouch for Reuniclus over like everything else, essentially because I can hit hard on I can at least tank everything that's really pretty much here. Mega Medicham I can tank with a defensive set. It has nothing for me except for Ice Punches. Unless it decided to run Shadow Punch, which I don't believe it has access to. Volcarona I can't touch. I literally have to get out of there because Bug Buzz is scary. Infernape I can smack around a little bit, especially with Psyshock. Espeon I'm not super worried about because I can Calm Mind up on it and then go for Psyshocks and do that. Chandelure, I shouldn't stay in just because it's a ghost type and I don't want to get hit with a super effective move like that. Gastrodon, I have Energy Ball for it now, so that can go down. So I have 2 grass type moves specifically for Gastrodon and Golem, just in case they decide to show their little heads in this match. Let's see. We got the Psyshock to handle Togetic. If I can also Calm Mind up on Togetic. Granted, it doesn't flinch me to death. Dugtrio is pretty simple. I have to be careful with that too. I have Recover, so luckily that's a thing. Ditto I actually have to be very careful of because this is a setup mon that I don't get to +6 and then have it copy my stat changes. That'll be very, very bad. Golem, I mean, granted, Reuniclus can't do much to itself right now anyway, but still, because I'm a physical wall, that's not going to be very fun. Golem, I can hit with Energy Ball. Kabutops, I can also hit with Energy Ball for 4 times effective damage. And Kabutops is normally a physical attacker, so I can always deal with that too. I am running Magic Guard again, but this time with Leftovers and not a Life Orb, because Leftovers is going to be able to give me more HP. I want to bulk it out and live as long as possible, so there's that. I have the Calm Mind, Recover, Psyshock, Energy Ball, 252 HP, 252 defense, and 4 special attack with a bold nature. Figured this is going to be the best bulky set I got. And then wrapping it up, I've got Gligar. Gligar is probably going to be one of my clutch Pokemon, if anything. Specifically for Stealth Rocks. With Stealth Rocks, I can potentially OHKO everything that is on this team with any one of the other 5 mons, if I have Stealth Rocks up, and if they're hit with some Stealth Rocks damage. Volcarona gets hit, that brings it down by half, and then Keldeos Hydro Pump can knock it out clean. Infernape, if it's Focus Sash, Scald can knock it out from Keldeo. I can knock it out really bad with Earthquake. Foul Play with Spiritomb if I can. Reuniclus, Psyshock. I gotta be careful though because Espeon does have Magic Bounce, so I can't set up Stealth Rocks potentially until this thing is gone, or until I know that he's gonna get rid of it, or until it's not gonna be on the field. So that's why I have U-Turn as well for a good Volt Turn combination with Electrode. So that'd be very nice for me to get in and out of situations if I need to. Ditto. Then I have to worry about getting his own rocks on the field. That's 3 potential, actually 1, 2, 3, 4 potential Stealth Rockers, excuse me, on his team if his Ditto copies my Gligar. So that's pretty scary there. But I'll be more defensive because I have the Eviolite. Kabutops I can take care of with Earthquake if I need to. Golem I can also take care of with Earthquake if I need to, and then use U-Turn to knock it out and get some switch-ins if I need to. I do decide to vouch, even though I'm kind of still debating this one too, whether or not I want to go for Hyper Cutter or Immunity on Gligar, because in the case scenario that Gastrodon and Gligar are out in the same field, if he goes for Toxic, then I don't have to worry about it. I'll be immune to the Toxic and be able to just put up either my rocks or U-Turn out. I don't believe I'm faster than a Gastrodon, but we'll find out. I'll look into it before the battle because I don't want to go in there being like, I think I'm faster, and then, or I think I'm slower, and then just fail. Worst comes to worst, then I switch to Reuniclus, and then I have Poison on you, but I have Magic Guard, so I'm not taking any damage. So there's a plan for that. But like I said, a Focus Sash will be broken if I get Stealth Rocks up, so having that is very important for me. And then I decided to go with a physically defensive variant because there's a lot of physical attackers on here. At least the ones that I'm most scared of are physical attackers, being this Kabutops, the Infernape, the Scizor, the Medicham. Those are the Pokemon I think I'm fearing the most. With that being said, I'm probably going to find myself very weak to Volcarona with this team that I've got. Also, I've got myself in the Nimpish Nature, 248 HP, 8 attack, and 252 defense. I don't know if I said that already, but Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Earthquake, and Roost are my choices of moves here. So, go through it again. Keldeo, Choice Scarf, Hydro Pump, Scald, Secret Sword, Icy Wind with justified ability. Leftover, Spiritomb with Pressure, Pain Split, Dark Pulse, Foul Play, and Will-O-Wisp. Electrode with the Damp Rock, Static, Volt Switch, Rain Dance, Hidden Power, Grass, and Thunder. Diggersby with Choice Scarf, Huge Power, Fire Punch, Earthquake, Return, and Quick Attack. Reuniclus, Leftovers, Magic Guard, Calm Mind, Recover, Side Shock, Energy Ball, and then Gligar with the Eviolite, Hyper Cutter, Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Earthquake, and Roost. If anything changes before the match, I'll be sure to announce it during the announcement video. But other than that, that is everything I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the rest of the channel for more content similar to this. And I will see you guys next time when you visit the lab. Bye!